Hi, I'm Fiona from DIY Digital, and in this video we'll take our first look at how WordPress pages are set up. Firstly, log into the back end of your website. You do this by going to your site and in the address bar typing in a /, the letters WP, a hyphen and the word admin. Log in using the username and password that was sent to you when your site was first set up. The first thing you see when you log into your site is the dashboard. On the left-hand side of the dashboard is the top-level column of tasks you can do. The most common task you'll want to do on your website is to update your pages. You can see the Pages link on the left-hand side here. Click on All Pages. Here you can see a list of the pages that you have on your site. We'll use the front page for this tutorial. To edit the page, you click on Edit underneath the name of it. Sometimes it's going to do this thing where a whole lot of gobbledygook comes up, but just wait 5 seconds and then you will see this common pattern of rows. This first row has the Site Origin editor in it. Now I do recommend always having your actual site up in a different tab or window when you are editing pages, as you can see I've done here. In this way you can flick between the two and compare the edit screen with the live screen. In this video, I want to show you how the different page builder editors look on different sites, but also show you how similar they can be. Most WordPress sites will have a page builder plugin. It is the page builder that will allow you to create rows and columns on your page. On this site, it is called a visual editor. This site too has a visual editor, and on this one we have the Site Origin editor. These are much of a muchness and operate in a very similar way. They allow you to have rows across your web page and divide those rows into columns. They provide the layout for your text and images. I'm very keen to point out to you the row settings. This again is very common across websites and is a need to know. This wrench icon sitting on the top right-hand side of the row edits the row. But what's this? Another edit word. This edit here edits the text and images that are inside the page builder, the Site Origin editor. This top one edits the row. So let's see what edit row does. We can see here it is responsible for creating two columns, the left-hand side at 65%, the right-hand side at 35%. On the live site, you can see the row and the two columns. They are completely taken up with these two images. The desert fish image takes up the left-hand side 65% row, and the red earth image takes up the right-hand side 35% row. And there are other things you can do here for the layout and design of the row. Now, having shown you this and satisfying your curiosity, I don't want you to go there. Yes, you heard me, not a place for beginners, just leave it as it is. This is the edit you are interested in, the edit that is within your page builder. We'll explore how to make those edits in page builders in more detail in the next video. In this video, I'm going to show you some different sites and how they look to get you comfortable with the concept. On this site, you can see there are 3 rows. The top 2 rows just have 1 column. The bottom row has 3 columns. The first row is taken up completely with an image. The second row has a Be Bold, Be Fabulous, Be a Marilyn heading. And the third row has 3 columns, each with its different content. In edit mode, this is the top row, the second row, and the bottom row divided into 3 columns. Here's a site that has a small trick, but quite a common one. This top row is actually an image that belongs in either the page title or heading. So if you don't see a row in the edit layout for the top row on your site, think about whether it might be sitting in your header or as a page title. The next 2 are rows, and then we have a row with 3 columns. In edit mode, you can see those rows. Now to an example that is just a little different. This website uses the Avada theme, and this theme has its own way of doing things, but the rows are still there. We just have to look a bit harder for them. Here is what is called a full width container. Essentially it's a row. And again, there is a small edit icon in the top right-hand side. Looks a bit like a pen tool, whereas in the other page builders, the icon looked like a wrench. But it does the same thing. It edits that container, or row if you like. This container, like the previous rows, has been split into columns. Here it has been split into a 3/4 and a 1/4 column structure. On the live site, the picture here on the right is the 1/4 column and the text on the left-hand side is the 3/4 column. Although it has more columns than that, doesn't it? What's happening here? Okay, it's got a subheading that goes across the whole 3/4 length of the column and then 2 columns underneath it. Back to our edit page and we can see the subheading across the whole width of this frame. And then we can see how the content box has been split evenly into 2 columns. And the image frame for the right-hand side, 1/4 width column. Now back quickly to the site with the duplicate quote. Here's the top row with its wrench to edit the row where I don't want you to go. I do want you to go to this edit that is within the Page Builder editor box. Highlight the text you want to delete, hit the delete key, click Done, click Update, and check it out on your live site. What's this? It's still there. Don't panic, it's all good. Just click on the refresh button on your browser. In the next video, we're going to take a closer look at how to edit within the Page Builder. Good luck with your site and please do visit us at diydigital.com.au.